So I haven't really put up a video, like, on schedule. Don't mind me putting things on my bed. And I'm sorry about that, but it's just, I'll try to get 2 videos up a week, whether it's Monday and Friday or Monday and Saturday. It's just gonna have to be 2 days a week because it's just really hard with school. And I promise I'll get them out, and I'll try. I promise I'll try really hard. But like I said, school's really busy, and I just want to really put all my effort into it, even though I haven't been doing that yet, and I've been really slacking already, and it's only like the 4th week of school maybe coming up, so it's not been going so well for me lately. I just haven't been in it to win it, and it's stupid because I'm paying a lot of money to go to school. I'm paying like $30,000 for the year. Yeah. So I should probably be in it to win it, right? Anyway, so I wanted to talk about something that's like the elephant in the room, which is me, which is like weight issues. So I could tell you my story, so I will. So let's see. When I was growing up, I grew up on the beach, and we rode bikes, and we were in the water, and we went to camp, and we did everything, and I was really, 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 really active, and I was like a fucking twig, and my aunt used to call me Skinny Minnie, and it was, you know, I was just really thin and young. I mean, you know, I'm talking when I was like, you know, 5, 6, 7. When I was little, we never owned a house. We always rented. So we rented a house that was right on the highway, and then we moved to more of like the neighborhood-esque area of where I used to live, and instead of living in between the highway, I live more in like a neighborhood with children in it. So, you know, it was right off the highway, but we still could go. It was right across from where I used to go to camp, and it was you know, streets and houses, so it was nice because in the winter we lived in more of it's like a tourist community. We call them bennies here, which is like anyone. I think it's Brooklyn, Elizabeth, New York, Newark, or no, it's something like Newark, New York. Like, so Benny, BENNY, so whatever. Anyway, so during the winter there was like no one, and during the summer there was like everyone. So, but what was nice about winter is that we didn't have to really like worry about cars and people, so it was nice. But in the summer, it was even better because there was lots of kids my age, and we would go to camp, and there was a playground, and we rode bikes, and we swam, and it was so much fun. And I always was active, very, very, very active. We played baseball. You know, my mom and dad worked a lot. So when we weren't in school, they were telling us to go outside. I mean, I can hardly remember watching TV when I was little. I just didn't. I never, and still to this day, I don't watch as much TV. I mean, if the TV's on, half the time it's background noise to me. I'm either on my laptop or doing stuff for school or reading my Nook. And so anyway, that's not the point of this story. But anyway, but like I said, we never owned our house. But so when I was in 4th grade, which was in 1999, did we move in 99? Okay, we sold our house. So the house that we were renting went up for sale, and it sold. And that was in 1998. My grandma had just died. She died in September. I think my parents closed on the house around, like, I want to say like November, and it's the current house we're living in now, by the way. And we moved in January. We moved January 11th, 1999. And when I got here, it was different. Obviously, I didn't have any friends when I moved in. It was, you know, we moved right in the middle of the school year, which sucked. And it was really hard, and we were going through a really hard time in our lives. You know, my mom's mom had just passed away, and it was a big thing in our family. And we moved from, like, they call it like the island, the barrier island, which is what Seaside lies on, and then we moved to what they call the mainland. So we moved from having the bay right in my backyard to the bay being like that way, you know, and we're nowhere near the bay. And it was really hard, and we weren't as active as much, and not that there wasn't any kids around, but it was like winter time and then school, and even though we were very like subtle in the winter, even when I lived down on the beach area, it was more that way here, like, but that was all year. When we moved in here, we do have a pool. We, you know, I was making friends. I was riding my bikes, or my bike, I'm sorry. I was riding my bike, but it just wasn't the same because in the summer, we weren't going to camp. We weren't swimming. We weren't doing everything every day like we were back down at the beach. And it was during that time that I think my mom went through a really hard time because she just lost her mom. I mean, she was young. I believe my mom was about 34. I'm trying to think. Yeah, she's 48 now, so 34. Yeah, it's been 14 years. You know, and she's raising 4 kids. Her mom passed away. It was really hard. Not saying that she slipped, but I think it was like taking a toll on not just her, but all of us, and depression. And I can't just lead up for that because, I mean, there was so many times I could have done something about it, but I didn't. And over the course of a couple of years, I found myself gaining a little bit more weight and putting it on, and not like going through that awkward stage in you know, in middle school, because you go from like 5th grade where it's, I don't know how it works everywhere else, but here it's, our kindergarten is separate, and then we have 1st through 5th grade, and then we have 6th through 8th grade in another school, which is middle school. So it goes kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, which is 6th through 8th grade, and then high school, which is 9th through 12th. Everywhere does it different. Sometimes it's all different. Anyway, so going into middle school, like I wasn't, I was just, and I'm short, like I'm only 5'3", so no matter how much I weigh, it's going to be like really disproportionate to my body. Like I can't even explain my body. I call it like the mushroom. Like I feel like my legs are kind of like weird, and then I'm like, but in middle school it wasn't like so bad, and then I got to high school, and then I think it got really bad there because then I had friends, and we were not eating the right things, and I mean, there was so much I could have done, and believe me, I've tried countless times to lose weight. I've done Jenny Craig, I've done Weight Watchers, I've gone to the gym, and literally all it comes down to me is being really freaking lazy. And I can't help it, and I'll admit it, I'm lazy. I'm just lazy because by the time I get home from school and work, I don't want to go back out. I don't want to go to the gym, and I don't know how I was doing it before because I really liked going to the gym. I really loved going to spin class, and I really liked doing all that, and I loved the elliptical machine. Was like my favorite thing in the world. Me and my elliptical. Even when we go to a hotel and there's an elliptical, I get on that fucking elliptical. I love the fucking elliptical machines. And if you don't know what an elliptical is, it's like the arms, and you have to like you have to like push with your legs, but you're kind of like that, and okay, whatever. Anyway, but yeah, it really comes down to me being really lazy, and currently I'm on like a new path of weight loss. I'm doing pretty well. I've lost like 5-10 pounds, nothing like substantial. I've just really cut out like the junk food, like fast food and soda and candy, and I'm really just trying to focus on being a little bit more healthy. But here's my thing. If anybody's watching this and they're really uncomfortable with their body, I get it. I totally get it. I have friends who are all different shapes and sizes. As you could see, my friend Robin, who I did the Cinnamon Challenge with, she's like 4 11, like maybe 100 pounds soaking wet. Like, she's beautiful and thin, and it's great, and it drives my friends crazy because she's just so pretty. And you know, and Vicky Chad's real thin, and you know, and I have a lot of friends that are thin, and I have some other friends who are more curvy, like my friend Bree, who I love her body. I think she's a really nice curvy, like, I want to say she's probably like an hourglass figure, and she's got more proportioned, but yet she's taller too, which is nice. But here's my whole thing about being overweight. First of all, I don't like when people call me morbidly obese, because I'm not freaking, it sounds like I'm like a monster. I'm not a monster. I'm a person. So please put that in retrospect when you say things mean to someone. That's still a person. That's still me. I live and I breathe, and I have a heart, and I do have feelings, and although sometimes I try to mask it, it hurts when people call you names, and I see people look at me, and I don't want to be like self-conscious, and I don't want to think that they're talking about me, but sometimes you see the people and they're whispering and they're looking at you, and you kind of get like I don't want to say nervous, you get like, it's like hurtful. It's like, I'm a human being and you don't know me, and I think that's the most hurtful thing about it, is people who don't know you will blatantly say shit about you. Like, you don't know anything about me, you don't know anything about my life, so shut the front door. My suggestion to anybody was just be proud of who you are, because like I've said to people, many people before, if I'm the weight I am now, if I'm 100 pounds, 150 pounds, if I'm 500 pounds, I'm still Casey. And no matter what, whatever's in here doesn't matter what's out here, because what's in here is always going to stay. And I'm not changing for anyone. If I became skinny tomorrow, you would still get KCRANTS, just with a different looking Casey. I'm not changing. And just because my body tells you one thing about me, don't make a judgment off of it, because I really, like, sometimes when people do, like, make a judgment about me, I almost pity them, because this is going to sound so freaking conceited, and you guys can laugh at me for sounding conceited. I think I'm probably one of the most down-to-earth, funny, energetic, loving, sweet people that you can meet, and I honestly think I'm a blast. I love my friends love me, I love them back more than they know, and you know, and they're friends with me no matter what. And if tomorrow I was to be 100 pounds, I think they would still be friends with me, and I would still be me. I'm still gonna be Casey no matter what this facade is. I'm always Casey, and that's one thing you have to remember, because if those people are turning their backs on you now, in 5 years, if I look different and they try to come back around, I'm going to turn my back on them. I'm going to say, no, you had your chance and you missed it. And sorry to say that, you did, you missed it. And it's even with like boys too. They're like, oh, maybe you just lost a little bit of weight. All right, that's good. And I get it. Sometimes it's repulsive to people. I get it. This is not pretty to everyone. It's not pretty to me half the time, so I don't blame anyone. But no matter what, my heart is always gonna be the same. My brain is always gonna think the same. I'm still gonna like what I like now. I'm just gonna be me. And I mean, I get it. It's not healthy the way I am, and I'm trying to change it, but don't overlook me because of how I look. If I have a really shitty personality and you don't like it, then that's another thing. But usually I get along with everyone. I just don't know what to tell everyone. I just love yourself, because at the end of the day, you have to be pleased with you, and it doesn't matter about what anybody else thinks, because as long as you're you, that's all that matters. And you should always stay true to yourself. Because in the end of the day, like I've said before, and I know Bobby Shine has touched on it too in one of his his vlogs. At the end of the day, you have to lay in your bed and you have to be happy with yourself. And you're the one living this life. It's nobody else. So as long as you're going to bed with like a smile on your face and you're happy, then don't worry about what other people think. If you have friends and family and maybe a loving boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife or whatever, and they're happy with you too, then that's it. Do I think I'm healthy? No. Do I like the way I am? Not every day. But if you can't love me this way, then you're not going to be able to love me anyway, because I'm the same bitch I am every day. Well, you guys, I hope this was inspiring or something. Thanks for sticking around. Remember to love yourself. Love the life you live the life you love. Live, laugh, love. Love is my religion. That didn't really fit in there. All right. Bye.